there are fake victims, and there are people who are clearly wrong. And the whole point of freedom of speech is everyone is allowed to give their opinion, and then everyone can make up their own minds. Watching these fake victim videos where people are pretend to be victims when they're not, and then the real victims are just actually suffering. So let's explain it this way, okay? I don't have a GoFundMe account set up to anything that I'm saying right now. And everything that I'm saying, I'm about to say it anonymously in a way because I'm not going to say my name. I'm not saying anything. I'm not asking for money. And I'm just going to tell you that I have been a real victim. I have been discriminated against. And this woman is now actually pretending to be a victim when she's clearly not. And I will explain why I believe that she's a fake victim. I am a real victim. I have been, because of people have discriminated against me over homophobia. And when I tell you the story, you will see how there was no financial gain. I did not have a GoFundMe account set up. I did not try to cause a scene anywhere or blast, or put anyone on blast on social media. And I was a real victim of discrimination. And this woman makes me sick because she is not a victim of discrimination. She is a lying sociopath, and I have very good reasons to explain why. So let's play some of the video.
Excuse me?
Are you a guest?
Am I a guest?
Yes.
Why? What's the problem?
You're not allowed to be here if you're not a guest.
I'm not allowed to be here if I'm not a guest.
No, you have to get a room.
I have to get a room?
Yes.
Okay. Do I not look like a guest?
No.
Okay, so I have been asked if I've been a guest many times. I have stayed at many hotels. I've literally been, not only have I been asked if I was a guest, I was asked as a guest multiple times, including by people who look like her, the one wearing the sunglasses. I have stayed at hotels being run by people who look like her, the one with the sunglasses and the hoodie, and they have asked me, "Are you a guest?" And I have answered, "Yes." And then sometimes they've asked me, "Are you gay?" And I said, I told you I was a guest. I showed you my hotel bill, everything, my room key, and now you're asking if I'm gay. Like these people. And then one time I literally was refused service because they thought I was gay. First off, I didn't have a boyfriend, nothing. I was there on business. I was professional. I said nothing about homosexuality. There was no flag, no nothing. And I don't do that kind of stuff. And actually, I don't even give my, I won't even admit to anything if someone asked me if I was gay or not. I would simply say, that's an inappropriate question. That's none of your business. And I've literally one time I was at a hotel staying run by people like her with the sunglasses, and they not only asked me if I was a hotel guest, but then they asked me if I was a homosexual. And I said that's a very inappropriate question. And for refusing to answer whether I was a homosexual or not, I then was denied from being able to stay at a hotel that I had prepaid for, which is theft. And this people like her stole from me. And now people like her are pretending to be the victim when they're not the victim. And I'll explain why. Because people are constantly asked if you are a guest. Because people constantly try to go for the free breakfast. I have stayed at hotels where I actually paid for my breakfast. And I saw people coming off the street stealing the free breakfast. And usually, you know what the people who came off the street looked like when they were stealing the breakfast? They wore sunglasses and they wore hoodies. People who go to hotels to steal breakfast wear sunglasses and hoodies. If you're a hotel guest, you typically will not wear sunglasses in the lobby. Now, if you are wearing sunglasses in the lobby and someone asks you if you're a hotel guest, you simply say yes or no. But this woman, she dressed specifically like someone, like the typical person who steals breakfast. She purposely dressed that way. Like I've seen people coming off the streets, white, black, Mexican, all types of people, aliens. I've seen people coming off the streets, and the people who come into hotels to steal the free breakfast, they always wear sunglasses to hide their identity, and they wear hoodies. That's what they do. So this woman, you can clearly tell that this woman who works there, she saw the sunglasses, she saw the hoodie. That's why she asked if she was a hotel guest, and that is the reason. If anyone is in a hotel in the morning, in a breakfast room wearing sunglasses and a hoodie, that's the trademark of people who steal the breakfast from hotels. That is white and black. White, black, Mexican, people who go to hotels and steal the breakfast and they're not hotel guests. Those people are always wearing hoodies and sunglasses, just like she's wearing hoodies and sunglasses. So this lady was like, hey, there's someone in the breakfast area again who's also wearing a hoodie, who's also wearing sunglasses, and they're clearly trying to hide their identity because perhaps they're stealing the breakfast and they're not a real hotel guest. So this lady simply asked her, are you a hotel guest? And I've been asked this question many times. I've been asked this question many times, and I've said, yeah, I am a hotel guest. Okay. Did I start a scene in the room? Did I start in the hotel say, "Oh, they asked me this question because they think I'm gay or because they whatever, or they think I'm a science nerd or whatever, or because I believe in aliens from outer space, they asked me, did they discriminate against me because I believe in aliens?" No, I have answered the hotel person because, if you are a hotel guest too, if you're a person who pays for your hotel, it would be really offensive to see people coming off the street and suddenly steal your hotel breakfast. Because imagine you're a paid hotel guest and you paid for your room and your breakfast is included with your hotel bill and you're paying all that money for breakfast and your hotel room, and then you go to the nice breakfast area and you have to wait behind people who didn't even pay for a hotel room. You know how screwed up that is? That is so screwed up if you're an actual so anyone who's a real paid hotel guest, anyone who's a real paid hotel guest and not a scammer would be so happy that the hotel is preventing people who didn't pay for their hotels because it's not fair. It's not fair to the people who actually paid for their hotel room and paid for their breakfast that then they have to go to the breakfast area and they have to wait behind people who didn't even pay for a hotel room and they even pay for the breakfast. They have to wait behind thieves. Hotel guests who actually paid for their hotel room have to wait behind thieves. So anyone would be happy if you're a hotel guest and the hotel's doing their job and they're keeping out the people who don't actually belong there. Then that's the point. That's what the hotel's supposed to do. And so basically, let's watch more of this video. So
I
I
don't?
haven't seen you.
Okay. She said she hadn't seen me today. So what?
yeah, you're wearing a friggin' hoodie and you're wearing sunglasses and you didn't even take the sunglasses off. How is she supposed to know? This is a lady who's just doing a job and you are wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. How is she supposed to know if you're a hotel guest or not if you're wearing sunglasses and a hoodie? And you didn't even take it off and say, yeah, I'm a hotel guest.
Shit did you come in on?
11 to 7.
11 to 7. Normally, primarily, what time do people go to sleep?
Pretty early sometimes.
Pretty early sometimes. What is about 6 o'clock in the morning now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do guests primarily look like when they come down to have breakfast? But I'm just trying to figure out, what do guests look like? Do I not look like a guest?
You could be.
I,
No, you don't look like a guest because you're wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. And I've seen white people wear sunglasses and hoodie. I've seen Mexicans wear sunglasses and hoodie. I've seen all types of people. And the people who wear sunglasses and hoodies and go to hotels for the breakfast, they steal the breakfast. So if you are a hotel guest who just happens to like to wear hoodies in the breakfast area and sunglasses, then simply turn around and say, you're a hotel guest. But you are dressed like someone who is from like the street who is going in to steal the breakfast. Like literally one time, I had paid for my hotel bill, I paid for my breakfast, I went down to the breakfast room, and I'm eating my breakfast and having a nice morning, and suddenly all of these street people came in from the street who definitely did not pay for their hotel rooms because they were not hotel guests because several of them started laughing and making jokes about how they were getting free breakfast and that they would never stay at that hotel because it's too expensive. Okay, it wasn't even that expensive. It was like $70 a night. Like I had to stay there because I needed I like I they were doing renovations on my apartment, and my apartment needed renovations. So I was already struggling financially as it is. I really couldn't afford, like the hotel. And so all I had was it's not fair that I had to pay for the for breakfast. I paid for the hotel, and then I'm sitting in a room, a breakfast room in a hotel, and then all these people who didn't pay for a hotel stay, who didn't pay for breakfast, they're coming in and stealing the breakfast, and I have to wait in line behind people who didn't even pay for their breakfast. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm a paid hotel guest, and I have to go sit in the breakfast area in the hotel where other people come in and just off the street and they didn't even pay for their breakfast. So yeah, like people, like, she's asking you because you don't look like you're not dressed like a person who's a paid hotel guest. And anyone who wears sunglasses and a hoodie anywhere, you wear sunglasses and a hoodie, you go into a bank and wear sunglasses and a hoodie, they will suspect you. It's just the way it is. If you go anywhere with sunglasses and a hoodie, they will suspect you. Anyone who goes anywhere with sunglasses and a hoodie, you are suspected. Whether you're white, whether you're Mexican, whether you're black, whether you're an alien from outer space, if you wear sunglasses and a hoodie anywhere, you are always suspected. Okay? And this lady is just trying to keep the whole
Could
cell
be,
safe.
but it was just two gentlemen that were just here and they just left out.
Came out the elevator.
They did.
Yeah, and they also weren't wearing a hoodie and sunglasses. Like, what don't you understand? Those two gentlemen weren't wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. They weren't trying to hide their identity. If you're a paid hotel guest and you paid for your hotel room, then you'd have no problem showing your face, right? But people who don't pay for people who go in to steal the breakfast from the hotel and they're not a paid hotel guest, those are the people that wear hoodies and sunglasses.
They came off the elevator. And where'd you see me come from?
The front door.
The front door. Okay, so there's no chance I could have just got out of my car.
Wow, so she's wearing sunglasses. She's wearing a hoodie. She came in through the front door, not off the elevator. Then she turns around, and when finally she's asked, "Are you a hotel guest?" she won't give a simple yes or no answer. Like, if this was a checklist for is this person not staying here, or definitely not a hotel guest, you check mark like five of the boxes for this lady. No wonder she thinks that you're a criminal going in to steal the food. Okay, because any person, if like you checked off five of the suspicious, like, it's not even like, this is ridiculous because there are people. I was literally attacked by police in America just for looking suspicious. Walking down the street, I was stopped, and okay, and I'm white, okay, and I was randomly stopped, and it may be because I'm Canadian and they knew I was Canadian and I have a Canadian accent, but I was treated like garbage, okay, and I was literally doing nothing, just walking down the street. But you are in a hotel. You are wearing sunglasses and a hoodie in a hotel. You came in through the front door at breakfast time. At breakfast time, when people are coming down the elevator coming from their hotel rooms, you came in through the front door in breakfast time in the morning. Then you're also wearing sunglasses and you're wearing a hoodie. And, you gave very good reasons why you might be just the person off the street going to steal the free breakfast at the hotel, and you're not really a paid hotel guest. So this lady who's just doing her job turns to you and asks you, "Are you a paid hotel guest?" And all you had to do was say yes or no. Ridiculous. And guess what? You know how this lady's a scammer? You know how she's a scammer? Because she has a paid, a friggin' a GoFundMe account connected to this whole incident. Oh, so you were allegedly, just because the hotel person wanted to verify if you're a hotel guest. That's called security. She's literally doing two jobs. She's doing now the job of a hotel receptionist, which is great, and she's also becoming like the security guard. She's protecting the hotel from friggin' criminals like you. Okay? Criminal scammers. Because literally you may have paid for that hotel, but now look what you're doing. You have set up a GoFundMe account to this incident. There are real victims of racism. There are real victims of homophobia. There are real victims. There are real victims of the police. There are real victims. And you, simply because a lady asked you whether or not you're a paid hotel guest, you set up like $100,000 GoFundMe? Like, it's said in this report that she set up a GoFundMe. I don't know how much money she's raised, but if you're setting up a GoFundMe just because this lady asked you whether you're a hotel guest or not, that is such an obvious scammer move right there. Okay, because there are real victims, and those real victims probably didn't even set up an GoFundMe or nothing. Okay, like this is ridiculous. I hope people realize. Okay, this lady, look at it this way. She comes in through the front door. It's the hotel time. It's breakfast time at a hotel. Okay, people often pay for their breakfast and then have to sit in the breakfast room at the hotel and then see other people come in off the street who not even hotel guests. They didn't pay for their breakfast and they have to they're like, so this lady at breakfast time at the hotel, she comes in, she wears sunglasses, she wears a hoodie as if she's stealing something. Because typically, people who are stealing stuff, they wear hoodies and sunglasses. That's the same with white people, that's the same with black people, it's the same with Mexicans, it's the same with aliens from outer space. Okay, criminals wear sunglasses and hoodies when they're stealing something. So it doesn't mean that you're a criminal. It just means that there's good reason for the front manager to suspect you. And then sure enough, she goes to ask you a very simple question. Are you a hotel guest? All you have to do is say yes or no. Because she's also protecting you. Because imagine if you are a hotel guest and then you have to put up with like people coming in off the street who don't even not even hotel guests stealing your breakfast, right? Like if a whole crowd of people who are not even paid hotel guests came in and stole the breakfast from the hotel bar, and then when you go to get your breakfast and you're a hotel guest and you actually paid for your breakfast, and when you go to get your breakfast, there's no breakfast left because it was stolen from the crowd off the street who wasn't even paid hotel guests. So this front lady, desk lady, is protecting you as well by making sure that the hotel is safe and that only paid hotel guests are at the hotel. And this lady's actually doing her not only her job, but she's also doing the job of a security guard. Because this is essentially what a security guard should be doing. And rather than thanking this lady for keeping the hotel safe from criminals, you're turning around and trying to make her look racist. I guarantee you, there are tons of white people that are constantly asked, are you a hotel guest? I've been asked if you're a hotel guest. So you know what? You know what? Everyone now who's ever asked if they're a hotel guest, I hope everyone should everyone start lawsuits, right? How it's not fair. Like, and I was staying at a hotel run by people like her. People like her. I was staying at a hotel run by people like her, and I checked in and I paid for my hotel room. And this lady, people like her, not only did she ask me, "Oh, are you a paid hotel guest?" which made me sound as if like, it was offensive. And I said simply, I said, "Okay, listen, I said, yes, I'm a paid hotel guest." She asked me whether or not I was a paid hotel guest. I said, yeah, here's my room key. I'm a paid hotel guest. And then people like her turned around and asked me, are you a homosexual? Now that's this fucking discrimination. That is friggin' discrimination. This lady who's pretending to be a victim, who's wearing her thuggy hoodie and her wearing her sunglasses, she turns around just because someone asked her if she's a hotel guest or not. You're in a breakfast lobby in the morning, coming in through the front door. You're not coming in from the elevators from your hotel room. You're coming in from outside. You're wearing sunglasses. You're wearing a hoodie. Of course, this front desk manager is going to think that maybe you're not a hotel guest since you're coming in from the street and you're wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. Of course, she's going to suspect maybe you're just coming to steal the free breakfast from the hotel bar. And then she goes to ask you, are you a paid hotel guest? And rather than just saying yes or no, you turn around and try to make this lady who's now doing two jobs, she's doing the job of a hotel receptionist and a security guard, and you try to make her look racist. Meanwhile, I stayed at hotels run by people like you, people like you. I've stayed at hotels and I literally paid my hotel bill. I was there, checked in on time, checked out on time, and not only what did you people like you ask me? Oh, are you a guest here? You've asked me that, and people like you, and I've said yes. I've simply answered the question. Yes, I'm a guest. And then they went on to ask me, oh, are you a homosexual? And they even made remarks about me, and they made offensive, and they stole my luggage. And at one time I saw the maid stealing stuff from my room, okay, and I had more grounds for a lawsuit, and I didn't sue. I didn't sue, and I had grounds for a lawsuit because you know what? I saved my energy for the time when I was literally gay bashed and beaten up. That's when I sued, and I got and no one cared. And now you're making a big deal just because this woman asked you if you're a hotel guest. She's protecting the hotel from criminals. She's protecting the hotel from people who don't actually pay and they just go in and just steal the stuff from the hotel and they're not even paid hotel guests. Okay, so and you're now trying to make her look racist. That's insane. This lady is literally doing the job of not only a hotel receptionist but a security guard because you're literally walking off the street. You're not coming, you're not walking acting as like a hotel guest. You're not coming from the elevators, coming from your hotel room, holding your hotel key. You're not doing any of that. You're literally coming in from outside of the street at breakfast time, at the hotel breakfast time. You're coming in from outside as if you're just a random person from outside. You're wearing sunglasses, you're wearing a hoodie. And then when the lady simply tries to confirm whether you're a hotel guest, because she has good reason to suspect that maybe a person who wears a hoodie and sunglasses and comes out from the street maybe not be a hotel guest, you turn around and you don't even answer simple yes or no. You try to make her look racist. Like this is ridiculous, you know. We need to expose people like this for real. Like this is ridiculous.